Something crazy.
Hey, friends, and welcome to Mondays Live with the Brown Side of Disney. I am Tamika Talks. I am the thought leader on where am I? I don't even know where I am. I am the thought leader at Life and Pumps, and I am the mouth of IG at Tamika Talks, where I'm based in the Philadelphia area.
I am Tanae, and I'm trying to censor my camera because I am the writer at sunshinemama.com. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Tanae Michelle. I'm based in NYC.
All right, I was waiting to see if you were going to say the wrong thing again.
I had to think about it.
Ah,
You heard me pause. I'm like,
I did, yeah, absolutely. Oh, sounds like I guess you are still deciding who you are and what you're going to do. It happens. You got to do what works for you. Absolutely. So last week we talked a little bit about Frozen. I didn't give out any spoilers, but I just kind of asked them what they thought about it and told them that they really realistically had until last weekend to see it, and spoiler free at this point.
right.
Um, so is there anything you want to add about the news on the movie? What your thoughts were? Any of that?
Oh, wait. So we're still spoiler free?
No,
Oh, okay. Wait. So what did you think about the movie? Because I missed it last week and I didn't get to watch the replay. So
no.
I don't
I
know.
really enjoyed it. I actually may have liked it better than the first one.
Really? So I really liked it, but I still love the first one more. I feel like this movie was so deep, though. Like there was so much of it. Like I feel like I left out the movie thinking really hard, and I was like, "Wow, is this is a kids movie?" Like
But
I didn't, I didn't expect
so I feel
to have
like,
so much to think about.
well, why not? I feel like in the times that we're living in right now, we do need to have a lot to think about. And we do need to understand what happened, what the results are of our actions, the consequences. So for me, I loved it because I felt like while it was very entertaining, loved all the singing. I actually felt like it was a little bit more singing than the first one.
There
Uh,
definitely was because there was a moment where I was in the movie where I was like, "They're singing again," and I was like, "Wow, this is a
right,
lot
yes,
of
yes. And I
singing."
just saw it again on Thanksgiving. My daughter and I and some of my relatives went and saw it on Thanksgiving. And absolutely, I believe there was a lot more singing. But what I loved is I felt like it gave you more of the information that you missed in the first one.
Yeah,
Like people didn't know what really like happened to her parents, all of that. And so I felt like this gave us some more background, which is what was needed.
yeah. I feel like it definitely gave a lot, but like I said, I feel like they went so deep, and I'm like, maybe they just had a lot of ideas and they couldn't decide what to
I just
take
put it
out, so they were
on,
like,
yeah.
just put in everything.
Right. So what parts do you feel were so deep?
um, like the like. Why is my brain not working right now?
Listen, I'm still tired from the weekend.
Yeah, me too. And then I went to work today and I haven't gone to sleep yet, so I didn't take a nap. So I've
Yikes.
been up 3 a.m. and I still have stuff to do. Like,
I know the
I,
feeling.
um, yo, my brain is like,
So I think so the one thing I guess is what I was watching it again for was to try to figure out why people are trying to say that she's gay. Where are they getting that from?
yeah. So I think that was something that stemmed from the first movie, I'm assuming. But I didn't even know that was a thing. Like I've seen like a couple of bloggers or whatever have written articles about it, and I'm like, I didn't even know people were wondering if she was gay.
Yeah,
Like,
like there's been a lot of chatter around whether or not she's gay, and I'm kind of trying to figure out like who cares? And then I'm like, why is that a focal point? And I guess maybe that's what is confusing to me. I have no idea why it sounds like I'm typing right now. Yeah, I'm like, why does it sound like I'm typing? And I'm clearly not typing. So I have no idea like why that became this big like focal point. I feel like people were really going crazy behind it. So I don't know. And I kept like, and so when I watched it again, that was the one thing that I was really trying to pay attention to. Like, let me see if, if it was gonna give me some inkling. And I'm like, everything I looked at, I'm like, okay, no, her hands are frozen when they're in the castle. Like, it's not like there's some gentleman who came up to her and she's like, no, or she was like lusting over some woman. Like, no idea. I mean, I don't like literally like I was really, really, really trying to figure it out. And the only thing I could say is maybe it's because her sister has her guy and they feel like because she doesn't have anybody and she's not pressed about not having anybody, that's why they're thinking that. But I'm like, really? Is that what we're doing there? Like, are we that pressed that we feel like people have to have mates? I don't ever want my child to feel like she has to be with someone. So that was really troubling to me. And I've been really, really like looking, like, and I read one person's post and she didn't really explain anything. She was just like, oh, well, is she gay? Or does she not like men? Or something to that effect. And it was like, well, you didn't give any explanations for where you've gotten that from or why you even think that. So I don't know. I just think it's creepy to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Especially in like it's a kids movie. Like I guess that's my thing. I guess because she is not pressed to have a man. Like she's not pressed about finding love. Like that automatically means she's gay. I have no idea.
Right. I don't know. And I'm just like, so is that the message that we're sending our kids?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that somebody, either they watch the replay or they'll log in now and they can like tell us because I really want to know where are people getting this from and why is it like why are they so troubled by it? Maybe that's even something better. I feel like every time something is happening, people feel like they need to make sense of it. And like it was fine. There was no need. So I don't know. It was a little creepy to me that, somebody sat there and that's what they got from it. Like, oh my God, she has to be gay because she doesn't have anybody. Who cares? Who cares? But I love Sterling in the movie.
Me too. And I saw him at the red carpet and he was so nice. His kids were like so cute and his wife was gorgeous. Like,
oh yeah, she's very pretty.
His kids did not want to be at the after party. Like, I heard the little boy asking his mom, like, "Do we have to go? I just want to go home." And she was like, "Oh, Daddy has some people that he has to see and he has to talk to. Like, he has to make his appearance." The little boy was not having it. Like, but then
Daddy got to do his job, honey.
But then I saw them later at the after party and they had Happy Meals and they were fine. So.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. So I can only imagine. Like, I really loved just kind of the spin, that him being put on it, because I don't remember there being that diverse in the first one. So, it wasn't. Right. So I love that. And then I think also what I loved about this one more is because it showed how, basically the white man messed up and got people to believing that he did the right thing and he didn't. So I love how they came back and corrected the wrong and didn't try to cover it up. So I love that piece of it. And it could just be, the me always wanting things to be right in me. I don't know. But I love to see that. I love at the end how, he connected with the girl he kept asking about. So I thought that was cool. And so ultimately, I feel like there could be a 3 just because of the way they left it.
There was just so much. There definitely could be a 3, but there was a lot. There was a lot. There were like a lot of different themes. It was like self-love and romantic love.
Yep.
And then it was like Anna's codependency and her finding her.
Yes.
And Olaf growing up because he was like discovering that the world was very different than him
and all those his like things like, did you know water held its shape? So it's so funny because that's what I've been saying to my daughter. She's a total science buff. And I'm like, water holds its shape. She's like, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. So when he said it in the movie, I tapped her. She's like, that why you've been saying that? I'm like, yep. It was really like, yeah, I loved it. I loved it. I did. I'm telling you, I feel like for me, it checked all the boxes. And I don't know that the first one checked all the boxes.
I just feel like I honestly I feel like it's not a kids movie. Like I feel like there's so much that is gonna go right over children's heads.
Absolutely. But you know what? I feel that way about most movies. I feel the way about most movies. I mean, the reality is these movies that they're making now, while they are probably the merchandise is catered to kids, these movies are for us.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like younger children, because when I saw it the first time, there were a lot of younger kids in the theater. And, they were laughing at Olaf and the things he was saying. And they were like, making comments. But I felt like the deep meanings and the ooh, ah moments were all the adults. All the adults. I mean, because everybody wondered, like, what happened to her parents? How'd they end
Mm-hmm.
up here? Like, when did they discover she had these powers? Like, there were so many questions that in the first one, I felt like they just kind of, I don't say they threw it together, but they kind of left us hanging. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like in the second one, they tried to give you the answers. And so I like that. Even though they gave you a lot, I mean, you definitely left there with like, okay, I got a checklist of things here. I was okay with that.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind there being a third one because I love Frozen. We still are watching the first one on repeat. I actually tried to make them watch it today. Like, you guys don't want to watch Frozen? But they weren't. Because it's on Disney Plus now. So
That's how that's why I've been telling people to watch the first one before they go see the second one, because I felt like the first one, just refresh you. And then when you got in to see the second one, you saw some of the answers. You're like, oh, okay. Because I don't think I realized in the first one what happened to her parents. Or I thought about it. Or maybe I just didn't care. Is that bad? Oh my God. That's probably bad. It's probably bad. But then, like, really, like, I didn't realize, like, that the dad was technically, that they were from two different, like, tribes. So there was a lot of information, kind of like the merging, the getting rid of, how, if your family doesn't like this person, so that means you don't have to like them, and how they secretly got together and fell in love. It was cute. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. Totally would go see it again. Matter of fact, I am going to see it again on Friday. I'm taking my daughter and one of her friends to see it again on Friday. So yeah, I
It's
haven't
good.
even written my
Good
review
starting
of
time.
it because there's so much, so much,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, okay, either I'm gonna have to write like 5 different reviews and just touch on the different things that are talked about in the show, or just do one complete one. Like, here's what you're gonna see. So maybe I will do that just so that I can get it done and get it out there, or whatever. But I enjoyed it. I am loving the merchandise. When I tell you I'm loving these new dresses that they rocking, yeah. When they took them boots off and ran across the water, I was like,
Yes.
oh, that's what we doing now? Okay. What I don't like is I haven't seen any like big girl adult merchandise. All the merchandise I've seen has been like toddler girls.
I haven't seen any good little boys merchandise.
You know what I did see that's really cute? They have for little boys. They have Olaf and Sven onesies. Really cute.
That's mainly what I've seen. Like even at the junkie, they give us like a little gift. They gave me a Elsa doll. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give this away because what am I gonna do with this?
I did see that they had cars, maybe. I feel like I saw 3 cars that were like Frozen themed. I don't know, but at this point, it's everywhere, and I feel like everybody is capitalizing on it and kind of creating something. Because I'm gonna make like a little gift bag for my daughter and her little friend when we go to the movies. So I saw all these things in the stores that while we were out, because I was like, okay, I can't get them baby stuff, but I did see some cute little items. So I said, oh, why not? We'll see if they like it.
ColourPop has some cute like makeup that's not like they have like some lip glosses that are good that are cute and they're like sheer. They're not like
Okay. So yeah, the girl told me that they had some stuff at Ulta because I was in Target and she was like,
mhm.
yeah, this stuff is baby stuff. She was like, go to Ulta. They had a little bit more, preteen teen stuff. So we'll see. I'll go over there. Maybe I'll get them a shirt and then we'll go over there. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I enjoyed it. I would totally go see it again. Um, yeah, I am going to go see it again. I don't know why I keep saying I would totally go because I absolutely. So, have you heard about the 4 park magic ticket that Disney World just released?
I did, and maybe I'm confused because I'm like, can't you buy like a 4-day, one park per day ticket?
So you can, but I think what it is that this saves you money when you purchase it. So basically, it's saying it's a 4-day ticket that includes one admission to each of the 4 Walt Disney theme parks, one per day. You can select the start date on or before September 30th of 2020. Oh, I didn't realize it was.
So is it like a limited thing?
Yeah, and it says the ticket expires 7 days after the start date. And so it's basically $89 per day plus tax, which brings it to roughly like what, 357, something along there. What I do like about it is you can add admissions to the water park or to the NBA experience for $40. So I'm hoping to get there soon. If not before the year is out, early 2020, so that I can take my son to do the NBA experience.
We missed out on doing that. I don't know why, but you know what? I think the boys might be too small a little bit still for NBA experience.
Got it. Yeah. So, yeah, I feel like I wasn't quite sure why they launched it, but what I think it is it's because it's cheaper. Because I feel like to buy a ticket per day, I want a ticket per day to be like $100 and something.
Mm-hmm.
And I want a 4-park ticket. Let me see. Let me think about this. I got to check the pricing because I was reading it and I was like, oh, well, this is not a bad idea. And because it's a last minute ticket, it's not bad. Ticket that I really like, and I'm glad they came out with, is that Twilight ticket. Because I think that'll kind of get more people out to go and check it out. Because, sometimes when you get there, you don't always want to go right then. So I feel like, that'll be something good. So we'll see. Let me say that before I assume. We'll see.
Looking to see what.
Yeah. So I was looking on. I kind of like looking on Twitter today, and it looked like a whole lot of people had. It was favorable. People were talking about it. They were very excited. So we'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. The other thing that I like that they're doing. So I have been following this. Disney and the Points of Light celebrate Family Volunteer Day, where basically through various organizations they were encouraging families to volunteer together.
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened is they voted, and basically the person who won, they were treated to a trip to Disney World. So I thought that was a really cool way to get your family involved in volunteering. So basically, it's just called the Points of Light, and what they do is you are rewarded with a 1-day Disney park hop ticket for participating or hosting family volunteer events. And basically, what you do is you apply to be a part of the program and you clock your hours. And I feel like because everybody's always looking for some good to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, you're looking for something good to do. And then it kind of gives your kids a way to give back. And then it also, the reward of knowing that I can go to Disney is, kind of a sweet thing. And initially I thought you had to be in the area, but you don't. It could be anywhere, because when they were doing the final countdown for all the families, they were kind of all over. And I think what happens is the organization has to apply. And then, once they get accepted, all the people who participate in it, they submit the hours for each person that's a part of it.
So did they pick a winner yet? Because I have heard about it, but I didn't know if the contest had ended already. So
it did. Let me I want it to be this family from Texas. I want their name to be, I don't want to butcher it.
That is amazing.
So, the Aguirre family, and they're from McAllen, Texas. And so I'm trying to figure out what they did. Oh, here we go. Yes. The Aguirre family started their organization for their daughter, Emily, because she asked how she can help the homeless in their community. And what started as a small family volunteer project has now grown into a volunteer group of more than 100 people delivering 40 meals a day to people in need. So they kind of showed what I also liked about this program is they showed each family, they talked about what they were doing, and they put the information out. So if you wanted to help one of these families and what they were doing, you could participate in that. So I like that. But then the other piece that I liked is they did not show the people they were helping.
Right.
Not right. So I like that. And so I'm always leery about when people are like giving out stuff and then they're like, oh, I'm here giving this out. And then they have the people. Like, you don't need to talk about it like that. I like that. But some of these kids had some really great ideas that, grew from just an interest or maybe like a project they were doing at school. And then next thing you know, it became what does it say? Oh, next thing you know, it became kind of something that, branched out and that's what they were doing. So I thought that was really cool. So I like that. And this was the first time that they've done it this way. And so I'm sure because it was very favorable, like GMA got lots of really good comments. People have been talking about it. I'm sure it's probably something that they will continue. And I'm wondering if they will tie it in with, they have a day where their employees volunteer. They have one where it's kind of like an amusement day for children with special needs, where they come in and the employees all get together and participate. They also have something where they kind of do mural painting. I wonder like how they will incorporate, their employee volunteer day with this day. So
I'm
I think
gonna move to Florida and get a job at Disney World.
I know. And so you have to wonder, like, is it really hype? Like, sometimes it just seems too good to be true. So I don't know. So go there and find out and let me know. Yeah, my family has no interest in living in Florida.
Mine either.
Yeah, no. Did you watch the Wonderful World of Disney Thanksgiving special?
I did, and let me tell you, I was watching it and I was so excited and I was all happy and my kids were watching it and my grandma kept saying, oh, you can change the channel if you want to. I'm like, I'm trying to enjoy the wonderful world of Disney right now. Stop trying to make me change the channel.
So who was your favorite?
So I didn't watch the whole thing because I was at my grandma's house. So I feel like I only watched like the first hour maybe.
Okay, yeah, it was too long.
I didn't get to see all of the performances. I did get to see Shaggy.
That's who I liked. Yeah. So I kind of watched it with the intent to see him. I felt like it was just too long.
Yeah, and it was.
It was long.
There was like a point where I was like, this is still on. Like,
yeah.
And then
yeah. The firework display was beautiful. So I didn't realize it was going to be as long as it was. So I kept coming back to the TV, trying to like see what I could see. Then I would go away, come back. I just felt like, so for me, Thanksgiving is a big deal in my family. And I like to unplug. And I already hate that all the retail stores are open and people are like at work at 2:00 on Thanksgiving Day. And I just felt like, look at all those people that are at work. And I was like, I don't want to witness this. And so I was like, I get it. It's your job, but come on. So I watched bits and pieces of it. I definitely had to make sure that I saw the fireworks.
Well, hopefully their families were there.
They were still working.
Yeah.
I just feel like we've gotten away from what the whole idea of Thanksgiving is and the meaning about being grateful, being with your family and all of that. So I just kind of wish that, like while I think it was a nice show, it didn't have to happen it could have been on Black Friday. Like, it didn't have to happen on Thanksgiving. I just kind of felt like, kind of intrusive to me. I don't know. But Shaggy did a great job, and those fireworks were amazing.
And the boys loved the fireworks, which was so funny to me because at Disney World, they don't like to be close to the fireworks. I guess it's too loud for them.
Yeah.
So they're always like, no. But on TV, they were excited.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I feel like a lot of kids are that way. A lot of them don't like that noise. And then also when you're there, depending on where you are in the park, with all those people around you, I don't like people in my personal space. So I get it. I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at them at all. But what's the next Disney movie coming? What is it? Star Wars?
Yep, Star Wars.
Yes. So that's what, on the 20th, I believe, 20th. Right?
The 20th. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. It's like the 20th or the 22nd.
Okay.
I know nothing about Star Wars, so
So I know a little bit because I've been watching The Mandalorian because of Baby Yoda. I have not seen this week's current episode, and I will watch it when I hang up with you. Um, I hate that they drop them one at a time. It is
Me
so annoying.
too. Like,
Just give it to me and stop. 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 My daughter is watching High School Musical thing, and she's feeling the same way. Just stop it. Just give it to us. So I know a little bit, because from my husband and my son, and my family likes it. So I know a little bit, but I don't know that I know enough about what this new movie is going to be about. So we'll see. Like, I've seen the trailer. Right. Yeah, that's how I feel too. But what I am excited about is Spies in Disguise.
Me too.
Yes. Are you going to the New York screening?
So I'm trying. It's so, because when we went to the Geekly retreat, they got to screen it first. So nobody else has ever seen it.
Okay.
And they got to be the first audience to see it. But I had to leave, so I missed it because I had to leave to make sure that I got back to work on time.
Oh.
So now it's like everybody's seen it, and I have FOMO because they're all talking amongst each other, and I'm like, I wish I knew what happened. Like,
got it.
So yeah, I definitely need to go to the New York screening.
Okay. So I'm doing a giveaway for the Philadelphia screening, which is the exact same day as the New York one. I want to say the same time because ours is at noon, but I host a tea for senior citizens in my old neighborhood that I grew up in. And it's on the same day, and it starts like 2:00, but I'm like, that's cutting it. And then I'm flying in from Texas that morning. So yeah, that might be a lot. But I'm gonna try because I need to see it. Like, I need to see it.
A mess.
I'm just saying, I need to see it. I don't want to wait any longer. So I feel like if I have the opportunity to, I'm gonna see it. So hopefully I can make it work. We'll see. I haven't shared with anybody yet. So we'll see what happens because I'm sure they're gonna be like, "You're doing what? That is way too much." I'm like, no. Mm-hmm. I feel like I can go from the airport to the movie theater. Why not? Why not? All right. So next question: are you caught up on all the ish? I'm so ashamed of you. So this week's episode or last week's episode of Blackish, I really enjoyed. And it was so funny because it was a total tie-in to Dre and his son. Because you know how he calls him a goof off and he's like, you can never do one thing. You don't know what you want to do, Junior. You're just all over the place. Well, come to find out, he got that from his dad. And things that he was doing, I won't put it what was actually happening. Things that he was doing, people noticed that it was what Dre did. And so they pointed it out to him. And so they created this new bond that was so cool. I loved it. I'm telling you, like, I love that show. I absolutely do. And I love the message because it was really like, sometimes we're judging our kids for things that we did that maybe we feel like we shouldn't have done or we regret it. But in the end, it turned out okay. And I'm like, dude, you're like really successful. So I think that once it was pointed out to him that he was being too hard on him, and that he should kind of like chill out. That's kind of like what formed their thing. And then it was really cute, this thing they did. It was called like Dre University. And he had like, he was like, daydream. He goes off in space. And he had this shirt. It had the crest on it. And it said Dre University. And he's standing there with all these people. And he's like, oh, I'll make you be great. So it was cool because, he realizes now, like, okay, we have this better relationship. And kind of the stuff you're doing. And the reason why you're like all over the place, because I was all over the place. So it's a great episode. Go check it out. And then you said what?
I was gonna ask you something about Ish, but you can talk about Mix This first, because I was gonna ask you about if you saw
I saw the pregnancy test. Yes. Let me tell you how so many people were inboxing me because they know I'm all about this Ish. So many people were inboxing me like, did you see the pregnancy test? I was like, I did. But it is not no. Who do you think it is?
Maybe it's a teacher.
I didn't think about that. I actually was thinking it was the girl. So it's not the twins. I was actually thinking it was the girl who I think she thinks she's gay or she's not sure she's gay. I was actually thinking it was her. Because I don't know if you remember, like toward the end, she had broken up with the teacher, and she was really sad and upset, and all the stuff was going on, and she was out somewhere and kind of like talking to some dudes or whatever. So I feel like it was her, and that it's going to be that, or it's going to be a new student at the school, and that's going to be the new storyline. Like, oh my God, we got a pregnant girl here. What will she do? And I feel like they'll probably talk about some interesting things for kind of, not only practicing safe, but now what? Like, okay, you're pregnant. You're in school, you have no money and nowhere to take care of your kid. What do you do? So I think it'll be great conversation that, realistically, a lot of people need to be having because that's a really big decision on what, kind of what to do, how to handle it, because not very many people can go to school and be pregnant. So I don't know. We'll see. So what are your thoughts? I mean, who do you think it is?
I don't really know. I'm like, maybe it's Sky because, maybe they're trying to give like Holly a break from filming Grownish so she can do the Little Mermaid.
Oh. They wouldn't do it like that. No. And here's the reason why I say they wouldn't do it like that, because I feel like it would tarnish her. And then she would roll into the Little Mermaid, and then it was already, people were already up in arms.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So right. I'm like, no. I think probably what I was thinking would happen in terms of her and the Little Mermaid is that either she would get like a modeling gig, or something would happen, and she would need to like be offset. Or the reality is she's gonna do both. I mean, Whoopi Goldberg is doing it. She's filming a movie, and she's still going to the View every day with her hair looking crazy. Every day. So it ain't like they can't do it. I mean, she is. And she talks about it all the time because people are always asking her. Like, apparently, I guess if people don't watch the show every day, when they tune in, they see her hair, they're tweeting out, what is wrong with her hair? Yes, I'm telling you, literally, like every other day, because I watch The View, like it's my show, people are tweeting in, what is wrong with Whoopi Goldberg's hair? So it got to the point where I was like, she needs to just come on the show when she starts in the morning, when she starts introducing herself or saying whatever. She needs to be like, okay, once again, the reason my hair is this way because I'm filming a movie. Like, she totally doesn't need to do that, because literally every other day, because I don't always check, I'm not always online when I'm watching. But yeah, if I am, what's wrong with her hair? Why does she do that to her hair? What color is that? Well, I mean, it's crazy. I'm like, God, come on, check the past tweets, you'll catch up. So. Maybe she's gonna be a double hitter. I don't know, because not like she's in school or anything. So
right.
I feel like, if she can do it, why not? We'll see what happens. But Mixish. So I really want to like this show. I do. I try so hard and I keep watching it. And as long I know a lot of people have. And I can't imagine that the ratings are even that great. So what I feel like is that's part of the reason why they keep it paired with Blackish, hoping that the momentum will catch on. Now, what they did this time, which was a good message, it's just, I don't know if it's the synergy of them. I don't know. Today's, last week's episode was probably a better one. Not a great one, but a better one. It was about a beauty pageant, and he didn't want him in a beauty pageant, because he was like, the way it treats women and all of that. And, and he talked about how it was funny, a kind of reversal play, because, a lot of people, they don't tell their child they're smart. They just tell them they're pretty. So then you have kids who grow up and they are obnoxious jerks. So the flip side was happening here, where basically he never told Bo she was pretty. They always told her she was smart. Like if she had on something cute, they would be like, oh my God, you look so smart in that. Or, oh my God, you look like the greatest scientist in that. So she kind of, as a teenager, had a complex and did not think she was pretty. So she did not think that she could be smart and pretty at the same time, or that she deserved to be in a beauty pageant. So I like that piece. Now, what really, really, really keeps me watching the show is Santa Monica. I'm telling you, if she leaves the show, I gotta go. I mean, like, and then she like no whole bars. She's like, yeah, we're gonna be in a beauty pageant. And then she's like, you want to be in it against me? And then she laughed for like a good 5 minutes. So she totally makes the show. And what I like that they did last week is, after they talked about the beauty pageant, they talked about the son who was trying to learn karate, didn't work, he started crying. And it talked about how, boys get teased for crying and how people are always telling boys not to cry. And, you know, in the end, they talked about it's okay to cry. You know, that does not mean that you're not masculine. So that part was great. And then they tied it to present day, where she showed, you know, as a result of this, my brother is very sensitive and he cares for, you know, the community environment. So so they showed him, the one who's on Blackish, and what he's, you know, what he does on the show and all that. And then when they talked about the sister, they're like, yeah, Santa Monica, they're like, yeah, she learned some lessons, but yeah, she's still a work in progress. And then they showed this girl who I don't ever remember seeing. Now, I remember the sister who came on there and the things that she would say, because she had the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this girl was somebody different. Like, this girl was like, she seemed to me to be like a social media snob, because she was like on her phone and like filming herself and saying stuff. I don't remember that person. So I don't know where it came from, but kind of like it went with Santa Monica and the things that she was saying, but I don't know if they just made her up. I don't know. So I like that part. But yeah, they're gonna have to do a lot more to get. I can't imagine the ratings are great. I cannot imagine.
Yeah.
At all. Yeah. I mean, because literally Santa Monica is what drives that show. And if she gets offered a gig somewhere else or something happens, because all the scenes that she's not in, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. She comes on and then she's funny and she says whatever. So I keep watching, just hoping, but yeah, I'm not too optimistic about it. Let me say that. So we'll see what happens. But so Dancing with the Stars, do you watch that?
No.
Man, you're supposed to watch it at the end. So you're supposed to watch the very beginning so you can laugh at all the people. Then you watch Disney Night, because some of those people, it's clear that they've never seen a Disney movie, and some of the things that they're dancing to, they've never seen it before. It's so obvious they've never seen it before. And then you watch the end so that you can vote for the person. The person that I wanted to win did not win. I wanted Kel to win, and I think why he did not win is his final dance was very dry. And the girl who won, she was okay, but I don't think she was better than him. But apparently they got the most votes, so there you have it. Look, Cassie is saying she said no. Right, exactly. She did. She said no. I know, right? No. So yeah, I watched it for the end, and I watched it just so I could see who was gonna win. I totally expected Kel to win. Like, I did not believe he was not gonna win. I was actually really upset that he didn't win, but you know, he talked about how he broke through some barriers. He pushed his limits. He did some things that he hadn't done before. So, you know, what can I do? What can I do? All right. Well, that's all that I had. Did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about?
No. I am going to be doing a giveaway for Frozen 2 soon. So look out for that. It'll probably be on Instagram. Probably I'm going to try to get it up sometime this week, but the way that my life is set up.
I feel you. I'm not even, I have a list of things. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing the next couple of days, playing catch up, since I was totally disconnected over Thanksgiving, and I'm not complaining about it. It was a great Thanksgiving. It was what I needed, and I hope to disconnect again at Christmas time. So we'll see. But if you don't have anything else, I don't have anything else. So make sure you guys follow her on Instagram to check out her giveaway she's going to be doing for Frozen 2. And I'm sure there'll be some giveaways coming out about Spies in Disguise, since the premieres are happening next week. So with that, we bid you. I can't even talk. We bid you farewell. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys next week. Have a good night.
Good night.